All right, it's time to have that discussion, eh? Let's talk about that jersey ad on the Montreal Canadiens sweater. And I haven't seen another fan base even like a quarter of the size of the fan base. Like, we're not talking about the Arizona Coyotes here. I haven't seen a quarter of another fan base get as up in arms about these jersey ads as the Montreal Canadiens have. And let's just say, people in Montreal, they're not a fan of RBC right now. And like this new RBC logo that's really just boom right there on the chest of the jersey of the Montreal Canadiens. And it's a shame because the same day Nick Suzuki gets announced as captain, a monumental moment for this organization, all anybody can talk about is this jersey ad, this RBC logo, and it's not even that big. It's this big, but I know a lot of people are really upset about it, and even myself. I mean, like, I understand when people say that the jersey is sacred, okay? La Sainte Flanelle, everybody talks about how historic, rich it is, and it's not to be touched, it's not to be tampered with, and I understand that. I mean, if we end up with a Montreal Canadiens jersey that looks like those jerseys they wear in Europe, I mean, with ads like out the wazoo everywhere, that's not going to be good. I mean, you are tarnishing the legacy of the team at this point. And I understand that the people that are super up in arms about this particular logo, this ad on the jersey, it's not this one ad. Like, yes, it does bother a lot of people. And honestly, it bothers me a bit too. Like, it's not a huge deal, but it bothers me. Like, it bothers me to see that on the jersey. It looks wrong. It feels like it shouldn't be there. But that's not the problem. The problem is what it's going to lead to. A lot of other people are saying, okay, well, if you put one ad on the jersey, in 5 years, there's going to be 12 ads on the jersey. I don't want 8 Skip the Dishes logos all over my Montreal Canadiens jersey. Like, no, that would just tarnish it. It wouldn't be the same. And I understand, especially the past couple of years, the league needs money. The league needs revenue. The cap's got to go up, and any type of revenue they can recuperate from the past few years where there wasn't fans in the stands, they'll do it, and I'm all for that if it means a better product on the ice, if it means preventing a lockout, if it means just the league getting better. But there are certain teams that don't need these jersey ads, and let me tell you, the Montreal Canadiens, they're one of the teams that does not need this thing. And looking on Twitter, like, you get so much stuff. You get people like Greg Wyshynski, who he has a quote here where he's saying, ads on jerseys, the NHL has gone too far. He's saying this sarcastically. He says while sitting in the Bell Center watching a game with ads on the ice, boards, and more CGI'd onto the rink with players rocking helmet ads, waiting to see the RBC game-winning goal scored and the Crypto.com first star of the game revealed. So a little bit of like, hey, you're being a bit of a hypocrite here. There's already a bunch of ads anywhere. What's one more jersey ad going to do? But there's a lot of people here. I mean, people are upset about, again, La Sainte Flanelle is what people are up in arms about. And I understand it, and I get it, because the Montreal Canadiens, like I said before, we're not talking about the Arizona Coyotes here. We're not talking about the Florida Panthers. We're talking about the team with the richest history in the whole sport, in the whole league. I mean, when people are saying, oh, it's not a big deal, fans are linking that old story of the hockey sweater and how monumental, how traditional, how rich that is. If you guys haven't read that, it's a classic. If you're a Canadian kid, you haven't read the hockey sweater, what are you doing? Come on, you got to go read that. And reading that again years later for me just made me remember, like, you know what? There's a balance that needs to be struck here. Like, you can't just be throwing random logos on the most storied jerseys in the league, but also we have to understand that these ads help the teams make money and help the league make money. But there's a fine line between, okay, the league needs the money to keep the league afloat and to keep the league growing, and greed. There's a line there. And it needs to be found, because this Montreal Canadiens RBC one, it seems like greed. And the team and the fans, well, actually, what am I saying? The team is happy about it. A little cheddar. But the fans, not so much. They do not look that happy. A lot of outroar all over the place for this brand new ad on the jersey. And I didn't think it would be this big of a deal. I really didn't. But the amount of uproar we've seen about this, I think it was trending on Twitter the same time that Nick Suzuki got announced as captain, this RBC patch. Like, clearly Habs fans care a ton about their jersey, about what it looks like, and to a certain degree, I understand it. Like, there's been reverse retros, there's been alternate jerseys for the Montreal Canadiens, but there's a reason the jersey looks, except for like a couple changes like the collar and stuff, there's a reason the jersey looks the same from the early 1900s until now. It's because it's traditional, it's rich, it's historic, it's the signature look of the Montreal Canadiens, and every fan of the Habs, whether you're 80 years old or 8 years old, understands, knows, and respects the tradition and the history of the Montreal Canadiens. It means something. There's a reason it means something to put that sweater on, to wear that logo on your chest. It's because it's so sacred. So I do understand it, but there's two sides to the coin here, and that's why I want to know in my comment section, what do my viewers think about this? What are my viewers' stance on this? To you, is it a big deal? Is it something that's like a shot in the chest here? Or is it not a huge deal and it's something like, hey, it's just a little ad, get over it, let's play some hockey? I want to know what you guys think about in the comments down below, as usual. When do I don't want to know what you guys are thinking? I always do. I'll be reading the comments down there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.